to this video. Today we're going to talk about how to think like a millionaire. Okay, we're going to talk about how to think like a millionaire. I am also trying Starbucks new drink. It is the ice grande pecan latte. If you like peanuts, if you like anything pecan, this drink is so good. It's made with oat milk. Sometimes I think they put too much ice in there, but anywho, it's still good and I recommend it. I'm also eating egg bites from Starbucks. You guys know I normally get them from my other place, but they have great egg bites here too, so I decided to get some. So let's get down to business. We're going to talk about how to think and become a millionaire. You already are a millionaire. You really are. I'm not a millionaire yet in my mind, in my pocket, excuse me. But in reality, we're just a few moments away from being a millionaire. How do you become a millionaire overnight? It's literally impossible unless you have, hey, Miss Newton, how you doing today? Hey, girl. It's literally impossible unless you just got the money sitting there or you have an inheritance. But let me tell you how to think like a millionaire. Thinking like a millionaire is, first of all, believing what God has for you is for you. That's first and foremost. I mean, you can't get no more simplified than that. Right? You cannot get no more simplified than that. Know that what God has for you is for you. The second way that you realize and become a millionaire is you have to focus in on what your goals are, your dreams are, and your desires. See, sometimes we sell ourselves so short, and I am really speaking to myself right now. We sell ourselves short on the things, the desires, the goals that we have because either somebody has told us that we can't have it, we have told ourselves that we can't have it. Yes, ma'am, amen. We have told ourselves that we can't have it, or we see other people doing it and we try to put that comparison syndrome with other people. Oh, they were blessed into money, or they got it like that. You know, they have the education, they have the family support and things of that nature. All that stuff is just a fallacy. It literally is, because you are what you think. And when you start to think the positive things that you want in your life, when you start to act upon those positive things, life changes for you. Things change for you. And you have to realize that if it is money that you seek, you got to work to get it if you're not blessed to already have it in your bank account. But I go back to the fact, you got to know what God has for you is for you. So everybody's season is different. We just came into fall. September is my favorite month. Why is it my favorite month? Because I love the change of seasons. I love being able to get fall drinks. I love being able to, and it's just so important that we know that even in life, seasons happen in life too. And so you have to really decide, is this my season to start that business? Is this my season to write that book? Is this my season to move into my new house? Is this my season to do what I have to do to have what I want in life? It's up to you to decide that. Nobody else, not me, not a friend, not a hater, not your husband, not your kids. It's up to you to decide, is this my season? Am I in my season? Yes, indeed. Is this the season for me to change what been going all year? We get ready, y'all. 2025 is around the corner. This quarter here it's gone. It's gone. We're walking into a new quarter of the year in a matter of a couple of days. And the fact is that you have to ask yourself, January 1, 2024, did I do everything that I planned to do? Did I execute? Because see, execution is so important. People talk about it, but they don't be about it. And I'm guilty of that as well. We talk about it, but we don't be about it. Because there's a lot of things, even right now, September 28th, 2024, that I said I was going to do January 1, 2024, that I haven't accomplished. So I'm not speaking to you saying that you're imperfect, and I am. I still got some things that I need to do. But talking about it versus doing it are two different things. And so today, as I end Sweet September, y'all know September is very precious to my heart and my soul. This is my birthday month, my son's, my dad's. I'm getting ready to roll into October, my son's birthday. So this time of the year, September through December, is very, very important to me. And y'all, if I must be honest with you, real authentic, because that's everything that you see on my stories and on my page, on my everything you do, social media, I'm going to be real with you. Y'all, it's been hard. It's been hard in this season. Even though this has been a blessed month, I've lived my best life this month, 2024. I've lived my best month. However, I've had to sit back and I've had to reflect. And that's what I'm going to challenge you to as well. I've had to reflect. Am I really happy? You know, you got to ask yourself that sometimes. Am I really happy? Or am I just putting on a front and a show just to be happy? You know, you got to ask yourself that. Because I don't want to put no front and no show on. I want to be the real, authentic me. And I think we should all challenge ourselves to be the real, authentic us. Because being an over 50 content creator has literally opened my eyes to a lot of things. You know, a lot of people back in the day know us who we used to be. People don't know who you are today. And if they know who you are today, they're going to have judgment against you as being who you are today. They're going to say, oh, well, they didn't used to be like that. You should be changing. This is the season of change. Every season, if you're still the same person going into a fall, winter, spring, and summer, then you're not growing. And growth requires you to ask yourself some questions. Growth requires you to be real with you. Okay? You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. And I've had to say this to myself over and over again. Not even to your spouse, to your kids, to society especially. You got to prove it to God. You got to prove it to God. You got to prove it to God because He is the one who authorizes and ordains everything that happens in your life. And if you're not a faith believer, then I don't know what to say. I'm not going to apologize because, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion, their voice, and things of that nature. But I know that my walk this season got to be closer to God. It has to. Because there are some things that are going on right now as I speak to you that at 55 years old that they got to stop, okay? They got to stop. And the first and foremost is I tell everybody, you got to be real with yourself. All right. When you start being dishonest with yourself, you start being dishonest with your success. You start being dishonest with your destiny, what God has for you. And see, we can show up for everybody except ourselves. We can show up for our kids, for our spouses, for society, for social media. We can show up and post all them pictures like we just living our best life and happy. And deep down inside, you're hurting. You're starving. You're starving for authenticity. You're starving for being the person that God wants you and needs you to be. It won't happen until you show up in the real you, in the real version of you. And so thinking and becoming and doing are all three different adjectives. You got to think it first before you can become it. But then as you are becoming it, you got to start doing it. And so I have begun to institute a savings plan because see, at 55, if you ain't started saving by now, then okay, you know, because retirement is around the corner. And I'm semi-retired. I still work my businesses and all that, and I do contract work when necessary. But if you don't have your life in a position where you can walk away from your job, if something happens in 6 months, you still got that financial support to back you, you know, that's a destitute situation to be in. You know, when I look at it as a business owner and all the expenses that I have, I'm going to think like I'm a millionaire, you know, because it may not be physical on paper, but as long as you're thinking and putting those action things together in place and believing what God has for you is for you, then your millionaire status is there. Millionaire status don't always have to equate to money. It can equate to literally living life on your terms and how you desire to live it. Getting up when you want to, not going to that 9 to 5 that sucks the energy out of you, not being depressed because you don't have that husband that you thought you were going to have at 55, or that wife, or those kids are not doing what they need to do or said they were going to do. You can only do what you have control over, and that's it. You cannot control people. A lot of times people think they can change people. You can't change somebody that's not ready to change. You cannot do that. They have to be willing, ready, and able to do it themselves. If you sit back and try to change somebody, then you're going to be wasting your time, and you're going to be more upset than the person that you're trying to change. And so the reality is that in order to be any type of status that you desire, you got to start up here. You got to think about it first. That's who I am. That's who God says I am. And that's who I will be and become. And as you move through life like that, you are so much freer to release yourself from all the hardship, the headaches, the drama, the frustration that surrounds you. You can have peace, that peace within that we all desire. You can't tell me you don't wake up and want to be in peace. You can't tell me you don't wake up and you want to be happy. You can't tell me you don't wake up and say, I want a better life. Because if you do, that means you're satisfied. That means you're satisfied. And God says be content, but he does not say be satisfied. Okay? Content is where I have you right now. Be content with the anticipation of knowing that I got somewhere bigger and better for you to be. But the satisfaction comes is when you're happy with who you are, when you're happy with what you have, when you're happy with what you're doing. That's where the satisfaction comes in. Contentment, satisfaction, two different things. And so I challenge you this season. I challenge you today to look forward. I challenge you today to do whatever you decided to do in January 1. Pick that battle up and do it now, because you only got one more quarter in this realm of this season in order to get it done. And before you know it, 2025 will be knocking at your door. And if you don't answer it with satisfaction, and if you don't answer it with desire to continue to excel, to be your greatest and best self, then who are you losing against? You. I hope this message has inspired you. I hope it has fulfilled you. Little lunch break push today. And I hope it has given you what you need to say, I am possible. Okay? Talk to y'all soon. Blessings and peace. Thank you, Miss Newton. I greatly appreciate you each and every time for being a part of my space. And I know you needed to watch this video. It's free to like. It's free to share. And it's also free to become a family member of I Am the Nichelle. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you leave me a comment below. And then go ahead and hit that like. Peace. Blessings as always.